Hello again. Let's see what the daily message is. Let's get that daily dose. All right, only 2. Okay. Oops. Okay. 3 cards, please. What is a daily message? What is a daily dose? We're not taking that. Daily dose. Let's first card out. Whoa. Something really wants to, I felt like something wants to scream. Somebody wants to scream. Hopefully scream for joy. Okay, I'm going to take, I don't even know if I want to take those. I don't want to take those. I got overwhelmed with all 3 of those, so we're going to just wait for one. Yeah, I did feel or hear a sense somebody wants to scream. It could be scream for joy, scream for ice cream, scream because you're angry, I don't know. Let's see. Okay, nothing wants to pop out, so we're going to do this. First card out. Second card, please. Whoop. Yeah, something like feels a little, second card, something feels a little bit, jumpy, impulsive. Could be like irritation. I don't know. I'm not really getting a negative sense, but there could be a lot of like impulsive energy here. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what the cards say. There we go. Okay, I'm only going to take this one since it kind of flipped a little bit. All right. Way. First card is we have the 6 of Cups. We have the Death and Rebirth. Oops. And Ace of Wands. Okay, so we do have a new beginning, a new start, something fresh is taking place. I get this exciting energy. With the Death and Rebirth card, so this is about a lot of transformation, a lot of changes. I get a feeling that there's a lot happening right here. There's a sense, I think that's what I was feeling, is like there's a sense, because we do have Ace of Wands, so there's transformation, there's wand energy, there's fire, there's passion, excitement, creativity, there's a lot of energetic flow, new ideas, creative outlets, creative endeavors, expression. 6 of Cups is you have familiarity, you have friendship, you have memories, nostalgia, going down like, memory lane kind of thing. I'm really getting a strong sense that this Death card is really like Death and Rebirth, I know, but I'm really getting a feeling of a lot of transformation, and that's obvious, but like I feel like it's overwhelming, that there's so much happening and it feels very internal. I'm getting this, I just saw like a pot being stirred, like something's getting stirred up, and I kind of feel like it's more internal. Whatever this, like something's getting shaken up. I just saw like dice being rolled, shaking like this, shaken in the hand and then like thrown out. I don't know if dice, I don't know if you're playing with dice, I don't know if you're playing a game, Yahtzee, that came up too. I'm getting a sense, really, I feel overwhelmed with this Death card for some reason, but I don't think that it might feel like that's really overwhelming and frustrating and negative, and that's probably what I was picking up in the beginning, but I don't think that what is happening around you or what this is connected to is anything negative. I do think that this is from death, in the figurative sense, right? When you go through a figurative death, like one that feels like you have really changed as a person, you're showing up in life differently and you want different things, it's super overwhelming to go through so much transformation and change that you just don't comprehend who you are or what you want in life, what you enjoy or like doing anymore. You might feel differently about everything that you used to enjoy or do or feel called to do. When I heard that like something's getting shaken up, I feel like it's this old self, this, because with memories here, nostalgia, this is like, I kind of get the sense that that there's pictures, like you're looking at old pictures, or maybe you just looked at some old pictures of yourself and you're like, I just don't even recognize who that was. That looks like an old version of me. So there's something here about like memories, past experiences that were all a part of like your journey. And right now you're going through a massive transformation, or like a wake up call, or something that's awakening inside of you. And there's a lot of flashback. I think that there's a lot of flashback here to like this past self, like, oh, remember all these things that I went through, all these things I experienced, good and bad. And that version of me loved those things and enjoyed doing that thing and wanted all this, but now it doesn't feel like me anymore. Who am I? And I'm changing, I'm overwhelmed. There could be something, and it could be from something traumatic. It could be you just wake up and you're like, I just don't really enjoy what I do anymore, right? I have personally woken up one day and been like, wow, I don't like that anymore. So that can absolutely happen, right? And if I'm not a therapist, not licensed, but if you have gone through something traumatic, please seek medical attention or advice from a licensed professional for guidance. But just what I'm seeing here in the cards is that if you are going through a really big transformation, you're starting to, you're perceiving life differently. Even your past life, like or not say past life, I mean, if you believe in past lives, even the past version of you, right? Like before this shift, maybe you just had like there was like a little gear in your mind. Your mind just like, jink, it just like changed, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm different. I'm not the same person. I don't want the same things. I don't feel the same way, and that's okay because I want to do something else now with my life. So I think there's a lot of like memory, like a lot of old memories here, a lot of flashbacks to events, situations, things that are like bringing to surface, like it's almost like just bringing them to your awareness. And there's a contrast, there's a contrast here, especially with death and rebirth. Like there's a contrast here between what was and what is, and they're very, very, very different. There's almost hardly an overlap of that you can recognize. I feel like this is for a very small group of people. But what's beautiful about this, and as overwhelming as this may feel, there is like a brand new beginning, and it is going to open up so much energy and passion in your life, and excitement and fun. It's like something really worthwhile, and just like, I don't think that you quite see it yet though. I feel like I'm just getting the sense like I just saw a volcano. Like this volcano is like, underneath the volcano, it's just smoking, and there's all this stuff going on under the surface. And that's what we get right here with the transformation card. Like you could be experiencing these things outside. Like you might be acting differently, and people are like, man, you seem different, and you're not the same person. You're kind of acting different. You're kind of saying different things. You're not really into the same things anymore. We don't talk every day anymore, whatever. But I get the sense that like this volcano, you're the volcano, and there's like all this magma and lava that's like boiling up to the surface. It's about to erupt. And I'm not saying you're gonna have a mental breakdown. You've probably already had those if you are having them at all. But I feel like this unearthing and this rebirth of this beautiful, exciting, not that volcanoes are, they're exciting, but they're not. They're terrible. Okay. But this energy, that's like this eruption of all of this like energy, this magnitude of energy that is just ready to pour out of you. And this new, you're gonna like, there's this new unearthing or this birthing of creative ideas, expression is what I'm getting. And a lot of that is coming from everything that you went through in the past, everything that you've experienced, all of your experiences, even though you don't feel the same, all of those memories and experiences come with you because they've really brought you to this turning point in your life where something is about to unfold and really explode and just pour out of you. And it's really beautiful because it feels like something that's just been like burning, dying to come out. I feel like it's a really positive thing. That's why I was saying, I feel like this is really overwhelming for you. Or maybe you know someone who's going through this and you're like, I don't know how to show up for this person. Maybe this is confirmation. This is whatever is happening, even though it looks ugly or it feels ugly and it just doesn't feel good, because transformation is change, and with change comes discomfort, and it's not always easy. Sometimes it's really exciting and fun, but a lot of times it can be stressful and overwhelming. But I think this is a very deep personal change that's taking place. But I just want to reassure you that even though this is happening and it feels deep and it feels uncomfortable and it feels overwhelming and it's stressful, that there is something so incredibly amazing on the other side of this. I feel like for a very select few of you, what is going to transpire in your life after this change has occurred, or even in this process now, you have no idea how incredible your life is going to be very quickly. And I'm not saying it's, like in the movies, right? Something, happens and then overnight your life changes. And that can absolutely happen. But I feel like in the kind of a more, I don't want to say realistic because anything is possible, but like say if you started a new business, right, and you see that it takes 3 years to get that ROI on your business investments and come out, even or something, and then all of a sudden you start seeing those profits coming in, it feels more or less like instead of 3 years, it's going to take a year or it's going to take 6 months. Okay, I'm not saying that is exactly what's going to happen. Maybe that's you and that's your business. But I feel like this is just saying very quickly your life is going to change and you have no idea what it looks like because you've never done it before. But it is so exciting and it's so much fun. And I think that with this change, because this Ace of Wands feels so exciting. Like I get this feeling. It's not just, creative idea, creative new venture, creative outlet expression. It's not just like a fun project to me. This feels like for a very select few of you, this could be all of you, that this change, everything's relative too, right? So if one change is massive to somebody, and one change is not so like outwardly, publicly massive, but it's still big in your life, it's relative. It's huge for both of you, okay? So whatever this change is, this Ace of Wands is really screaming, this is like new life, new you. Who dis? Who dat? Kind of thing. New life, who dis? It feels so exciting, but the thing is that I think what's going to come as part of this, and I think that you're going to be very okay with it, even if it's a little uncomfortable, is there's not constant certainty in this. Like this isn't just a consistent certainty like the only thing I can think of right now, because a job, a regular job. When I say regular, I mean like your consistent job. You have the same hours every single day. You have the same paycheck every week, every 2 weeks. You know that you have money coming in and you know what you can afford and you know how to plan for your life and you know what to expect. There's a little bit of certainty in that. Now, not everything is guaranteed and everything is certain, but in this example, this sense, that's what I'm talking about. This is the opposite of that. So whatever this is, it's going to be plenty of what you need. It's going to serve you. It's going to bring you happiness. It's going to be exciting, but it's not going to be the same certainty that you have always known. But you're okay with that. like this, because this transformation is huge. Like you're like, I don't even know what I want to do anymore. I don't know who I am, but something feels different. Something feels really good. And I am ready and open to something else. Like old me loved comfort and certainty. New me is open to whatever life wants to throw at me. That's probably where I heard and saw like the snake eye. It was snake eyes. I saw like dice being shaken up and thrown out. Like, what are the chances that you would get that? What are the chances your life would move in this direction? And throwing the dice out is like taking a chance. Like you're always taking a bet, risking, chancing. So it feels like your life is literally changing complete direction. You're doing like a 180 or like a 360, but you're in a whole new world. Aladdin, if you just watched Aladdin, you just listen to that song, maybe this resonates, maybe it's for you, a whole new world. Yeah. So no matter how overwhelming this is, no matter how stressful you are, or how stressed you are, how stressful this is, there's so much coming to surface that there's a lot of memory here. There's a lot of taking a stroll down memory lane, a lot of flashback, a lot of going back and thinking, why did I do that? Why was my life, what was meant for me? Why did I do all of this? If my life is changing and I'm changing, what was all of this for? And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised that this beautiful change, there's so much you did that's so supportive. I feel like this is something you really wanted. This is happening because you wanted something else. And so now you're going through it and you're thinking about, what was my life? What was all of that meant to be? And this is all, you won't see it until it all makes sense later, but it's all going to be super supportive of this beautiful change that's taking place in your life. There's going to be so much happiness. I think you don't realize, like I said, for some of you, this is really a powerful, powerful change and shift in your life. It's going to happen really quick. You're not going to recognize who you are. Nobody would recognize you because everyone that you knew in the past saw you as one person doing the same thing, being that version. And suddenly you're a different person doing different things, acting different, speaking different, thinking different, and pursuing different things you never thought you would want. And I think that no one's going to recognize, like, sure, they can look at you and think, oh, you're this person. I know you because you look like that person, or that's your face. But it's like, you don't embody the same version that they knew. So it's unrecognizable who you're becoming, but it's so fucking beautiful. Like, this is a moment to be so proud of when you come out, because you will come out on top on this. No matter how stressful, how overwhelmed this feels, you don't even know, because you can't see it in the midst of it. When you're in the flux and you're in the middle of all this change internally and your life's kind of shifting around you, you don't realize how different you appear and how much you've changed until someone points it out, or until you see yourself like almost in a third person. You see something that has happened and you're like, oh my God, I actually did that thing. Yeah, there's something really exciting here, really beautiful. No matter how overwhelming, stressful, tumultuous this is, I promise you, you're going to come out on top of this and you're not going to recognize yourself. You're going to be so pleasantly surprised at how quickly your life's going to change, and you're going to be shocked at what you will be doing. And it's going to be something that makes you very happy. And you never thought that this would be you. You never thought you would be here at this point. I feel like this is going to happen. This is happening really fast. Like, not just at the time it happens. I feel like this is actually happening really soon. I can't give a timeline. I'm not reading the future here, but in terms of when this is happening, I don't do that. But like, I pick up on that this is something that's going to happen a lot sooner than you think. This feels like it's taking forever to move through. But like, it's almost like right at the very end of this, it's going to go, like, you're just going to, boom, switch into this new life. You're going to start taking action. Something's going to happen. And the changes are going to start to occur one after another, and your life's going to change really quick. That's what I feel, but I feel like it's going to happen really soon. If you're thinking, if you're asking or wondering, like, what does soon mean? Because soon is different for everybody. Soon can mean tomorrow, soon can mean a month, soon can mean a year, right? To me, I get a sense that it's like, weeks. It could be days, but I get a sense that it's like within a couple weeks, over a couple months. It could be by the end of this, from now through the end of this year that these changes are occurring, and you're just like not even aware that they're happening until it's all done. And you're like, oh my God. Anyway, wow, that's really exciting. I'm very excited for you. Really proud, because this is a difficult place to be. This is hard, especially when it's all internal and like nobody sees what you're experiencing internally, and it's very overwhelming, and there's a lot of emotion there that has to change and get moved around. I just got an image. If you understand computers, I like kind of know how an operating system works, at least on Windows. There's this setting where you can defrag your computer, which is you have all these files and programs and items that are stored on your computer, and when they're installed, they're kind of placed, and when they get moved around, they get shimmied around and moved around, and there's stuff hanging out everywhere on the hard drive, and it's all kind of spaced out and sporadic, and it's not organized. When you defrag, it's taking all of those files and it's nicely organizing them and placing them one like next to another. Like, it's very organized on the hard drive, so it's structured, it's clean, it's easier to navigate, I guess, but like the system operates a little bit more smoother, a little smoother. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening for you, is there's a lot of shifting taking place internally, and you're being like defragged. It's like, oh, it was all such a freaking mess, is now getting so organized. I know your emotions are your emotions are getting in check. Things are falling into place internally. I feel like you are being like revamped, I guess. Anyway, kudos to you. You're extremely, extremely strong for showing up every single day, doing the work, and allowing yourself the grace to move through this. You will come out on top, and you'll be so surprised at where your life is going to lead you. It's going to be freaking beautiful. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that you enjoyed this message. Holy cow, it was really long. Yeah, that is it. Super proud, super excited for you. And thanks for watching.